I'm Christine Persichetti with this Currents News update. A Diocese of Brooklyn priest is learning just how much his community loves him after a parishioner decided to donate him an organ. And this isn't the first time he's been touched by their generosity. Currents News' Jessica Easthope has the story from Bell Harbor.
13 people die every single day while waiting for a life-saving kidney donation. Father Jim Cunningham isn't going to be one of them. He has been cleared for a transplant and is waiting for surgery. The organ is coming from Mike Coughlin, his friend and parishioner at St. Francis de Sales in Bell Harbor. Mike has lived a life of service. Inspired by members of his own family to make this kind of sacrifice, he was already planning to donate.
The surgeon's doing the hard part. I'm just going to fall asleep and wake up. So I don't know if it's service. I think it's just an easy way to hopefully save lives.
But this isn't Father Jim's first kidney transplant, and Mike isn't the first friend to go under the knife for him. This is Father Jim's second chance at life.
For people to do this, you get a second chance at life once, and then to get it twice. I don't take this for granted.
Father Jim was first diagnosed with late-stage kidney disease in 2015, and in 2016, his good friend, firefighter Pat Nash, donated his kidney without hesitation. This time around, when the new kidney started to fail after Father Jim got COVID twice and then MRSA, the parish council at St. Francis de Sales circulated this flyer to try and find him a new donor.
It was an overwhelming response. The coordinator said to me, "Who are you?" She said, "We've gotten so many requests."
And now, in about a month, Mike and Father Jim will make the swap.
After a week, they said it's a perfect match. I said, oh, perfect. All the signs were there to donate to Father Jim.
Mike and Father Jim share much more than the same blood type.
If it was a stranger, I'd want to help. But somebody like Father Jim, we have to help him.
I will do everything that I can to make sure that I take care of myself and serve to the best of my ability.
The two men share their faith. In Bell Harbor, Jessica Easthope, Currents News.
What a great story. If you want to enroll as an organ or tissue donor in New York State, just go to donatelife.ny.gov. It is the hottest ticket in town. Registration is now open for the National Eucharistic Congress. The week-long event, to be held in Indianapolis in July of 2024, is a milestone moment of the USCCB's Eucharistic revival to reinforce the belief of Jesus' presence in the Eucharist. Joel Stepanek, Chief Mission Officer for the National Eucharistic Congress, joins us now to tell us more about it. Hi, Joel.
Hey, how are you doing? It's good to be with you.
Nice to have you here. So, Joel, tell us why we should all get tickets. What can we expect at the event?
Yeah, this is going to be a generational moment for the Catholic Church in the United States, one that is a long time coming. Over 80 years have passed since we have had a National Eucharistic Congress. And so anybody who is a passionate Catholic who desires revival in our country and is ready to be sent on mission, this is the place to be in July of 2024.
All right, so tell us, what are some of the activities you'll have there?
So the Eucharist as the source and summit of our Christian walk, of our Christian faith, is going to be central to everything we will do at the Congress, with multiple liturgies in multiple languages, beautiful in the diversity of our church, but unified in the practice of our church. There will be multiple chapels set up across several different venues in the downtown area of Indianapolis. Along with 80,000 Catholics, you'll be able to find places for adoration, for worship, for prayer, for quiet contemplation, for recitation of the Rosary and various other devotionals that are central to our Catholic identity. So I think those are beautiful things that people can expect as they are part of this wonderful event.
It sounds great, but why hasn't it happened for so long?
I think that's a great question. As we look at the National Eucharistic Congress and the history of those in the United States, the last gathering we had like this was after World War II. The reasons why it hasn't happened, I'm not entirely sure, but I'm happy that it's happening now. And I think that there is no better time than where we are in the history of our country, in the history of our world, in the history of our faith, than to gather to be a light in a dark world, and ultimately to be sent back out into the world to be sparks and wildfires so that we can accomplish Jesus's vision of seeing a world on fire with love for him.
Well, it sounds like a great event. Joel Stepanek, Chief Mission Officer for the National Eucharistic Congress. Thanks so much for being with us.
Yeah, you're welcome.
To go to the National Eucharistic Congress, just head to their website, eucharisticcongress.org/register. And be sure to stay with Currents News and the tablet, as we'll have continuing coverage of the National Eucharistic Revival and the Congress next year. And right now in the tablet newspaper, the Scholastic Picassos of Brooklyn and Queens are displaying their works of art. You can check out the winners of the St. Joseph Art Contest and find out how they were chosen out of 827 entries. Just be sure to grab a copy of this week's paper at your church this weekend. The children of Brooklyn didn't stop at art. Good Shepherd Catholic Academy students contributed to the Tablet Junior to deliver their take on the news. Read their stories about caring for God's creation by picking up the paper. You can subscribe online at thetablet.org. In Massachusetts, a family received quite the shock after a baby was abandoned outside their home. The Aviles family returned from a weekend getaway when they discovered the baby boy tucked in a tilted car seat crying on their doorstep. Police believe the newborn was left outside for 2 days in frigid temperatures. One of the family members says she was relieved that the helpless baby was still alive.
It was a blessing that he was still alive. It was a blessing. It was meant for me to find him.
She said the infant's skin was swollen and cracked from the cold. He's in the hospital now. The family hopes to foster the baby. Massachusetts, like New York, has a safe haven law. In New York, a parent is allowed to abandon an infant 1 month old or younger anonymously and without fear of prosecution. But the child must be left at a safe location, such as a hospital, a staffed police or fire station, or a church. And finally tonight, members of a senior center showed off their skills on the catwalk. The Howard Beach Older Adult Center celebrated its first ever fashion show. Audience members cheered as the models showcased 3 looks: sportswear, casual wear, and formal wear. The Catholic Charity Senior Center offers a range of activities and services for the elderly community. Looking good, ladies. And that is this Currents News Update. I'm Christine Persichetti. Thank you for joining us, because we are putting your faith in the news.